We started looking at RPA about 2 years back, and we did a year and a half of assessment where we attended demos, we put out a request for information, we got RFPs back, we looked at Blue Prism, UiPath, WorkFusion, and Automation Anywhere. And after a year and a half of intense assessment, looking at what our requirements was, what the product offered, we settled on Automation Anywhere. And we have been working on it for about 6 months now, and we are really, really happy. Down the line, if our requirements need other products, we may add them, but for now, we are really happy with Automation Anywhere. The most valuable features of Automation Anywhere, while it is not the most intuitive of products, it is definitely very resilient, very stable. It gives you a great scalability. So we have been able to create quite robust bots and actually reuse them all over. And we have had a great success in reusability. We have about 33 bots in production today, and a few of them are daily bots. We have a process that saves everybody about an hour and a half every day. It's a set of reports that are run before people come into office, and these runs run at 7 in the morning, and they're ready when people come in. So we had our bot break, it was the week before last, and somebody who did it every day before this was so annoyed that they had to do it manually. So it has really added so much value. People look forward to it. I mean, honestly, it made us happy that it is actually giving people time. People look forward to having this thing done already when they come in. Not something, it's a boring job running reports in the mornings. Bot Store is great in terms of content. We really like the documentation that comes with these bots. However, the ease of navigation, searching things is not as easy as we would like. You need to know exactly what you're searching for, and sometimes you just have to switch the verbiage a little bit, a language a little bit, and a lot of our new people who start using the Bot Store really can't find what they're looking for. Another thing that we have had challenges with is the Bot Store login. I mean, if I use it after a week, I'm more likely to forget my password, and just getting the password reset thing done, it is problematic at times. Front office automation, we haven't done that yet. So I wouldn't be able to speak about that, but in terms of what we have seen on of the product, I think it is going to work, and it is going to work great. For now, our customer service team, we have just automated a few report runs for them, and they're very happy with it. So are we. My team is the operations and governance team at Genworth. So while we are a centralized team who help all the different businesses within Genworth get started and keep the momentum up, anything and absolutely anything they need help with, we provide that. So they have been happy with it, we have been happy with it, but true front office automation, we haven't done that yet. It has been really great. We started with a batch of 11 people back in October, and right now we are training a batch of another 11. This is their last week of training, and 60% of them have been non-IT people. I would rather prefer a business person coming in rather than an IT person, because they know their processes really well. A bot is deaf and blind. You need to give it very precise instructions, and sometimes you need to do things a little differently for the bot to do it more effectively than a human would do. So for a person who has a business knowledge, it is easier to do because they know what they're trying to achieve with that. Saying that, a business person definitely needs to have a logical bend of mind. Automation Anywhere gives you the tools to drag and drop, simple things as loops, if then else. Not very easy for a lot of people to understand. For my entire business folks who have been trained, every single one of them has been extremely successful. Maybe we got lucky, maybe we picked the right resources, but you definitely need some skill set, but business people can definitely do a great job with it. The biggest use case is bank statements download, taking screenshots and saving it for audit. We have done I think about 10 such processes, various banks, and we have reused it. So the good thing about this is once you've done one, it literally takes you a couple of days to replicate it across. That is one major. Reports running is something that we have done. Creating journal entries is something that we have done as well. We are actually looking at it from an audit perspective as well. The SOX compliance, going in, taking screenshots, running reports, sending emails, reading emails. Another use case that we are working on is for our customer service team, where there is a group of people. The only thing they do every day is from a file or a sheet. They actually key in checks, which takes about 6 hours every day. And we are working on automating that. So right now we are going after low-hanging fruit, for the lack of a better word. We hope to do more sophisticated use cases in the future. We are in our infancy stages right now. For two reasons, we don't do an all-out ROI. Right now, we are looking at only time save for people. What we are telling people, and that's actually true, it's working very effectively as well. We are telling people, we are giving you back some time if we take these processes and automate for them, so you can do other things. So that is what our main ROI is currently. And another thing that we are looking at is specific jobs during the month end, which are on the critical path, which people need before a certain time. So that is helping, although it may not be a great time save, but it is definitely helping that. And another interesting thing that we are looking at is, while we do not have a lot of use cases for it, is employee morale. So there are things that people, there are certain applications which are really difficult to work with. And just getting those things done, while the actual task may be about an hour, but sometimes because of the quirkiness of the application itself, it takes them half a day, a whole day to do that. And these are critical processes that, we are a financial company that run at the month end, at the quarter end. That is another thing that we are looking at, although we do not have a whole lot of use cases for that. Definitely time. Currently, we have 33 bots in production. They have given us about 1,300 annualized hours saved. We have 44 more bots that are under development now. We expect to save about 4,500 annualized hours with them. Very stable, yes. However, any upgrades and updates, they are not as smooth as we would like. So we have struggled when we went from 11.1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. We had certain challenges with the tool and the application itself. We suspect that it had more to do with us using IQ bots. That was actually causing more issues. So we weren't able to get IQ bots to work for us. And after we have disabled it, application itself has been very, very stable. We are looking at the next upgrade to confirm that it's all good. Scalability has been great. We have been able to create processes, and I'm sure it is true for all RPA technologies, at least from what I've heard, that you can actually work on certain pieces, not the beginning, not the end, and then kind of expand it. You can also reuse this and actually scale it up. So far our experience has been great. We're still really small. We will know more as we grow, and we are actually growing at a very, very fast pace. So we started our pilot in October, the second week of October, and we wanted to finish. We had identified 10 processes to use for pilot. Our pilot ended at the end of last year, and it was great. And we went live January 1st with 13 bots, and today we are on 33. We've been there 3.5 months now. It's great, and at that time I just had 11 people who were trained and 6 people who were working either part-time or full-time on this. Right now, my second batch is on, and we have another 10 people added to the workforce, so we expect to grow much faster. No, we didn't. We did it in-house, and with our existing batch of people who are committed to the development, and they are actually getting benefits right away. So it's a sense of achievement, and it is a sense of involvement for our business folks. So from that perspective, we are really happy with doing it all in-house. When we grow, we may look at somebody from outside to help. Depends on the scale, but currently we are happy doing it in-house. Definitely, we wanted the ability to include triggers in the control room as opposed to the client. Another thing, that challenge that we have faced, and I don't know whether it is the tool itself, we actually have a lot of use cases using Automation Anywhere on AWS. We have had challenges with that personally. Some of them may have to do with our extra tight security at our organization, but that is something that we are struggling with. But if there is something that can help us get there, we would really appreciate that. I was working on a different team when the year and a half of assessment was going on. We have 3 champions at our organization: JP Raffino, Ken Brown, Joe Sutton. They have been instrumental in starting this initiative in our organization. I believe Ken Brown, who leads our financial shared services team, he did attend a few sessions which got him interested, and then we did deep dive into research for this. And we knew right away that it can definitely help us as an organization. It can help our employees as well. We had WorkFusion, Blue Prism, and UiPath, along with Automation Anywhere. All of them are great products, in different areas. But what we were going after, we thought Automation Anywhere is best for us at this time. And like I mentioned earlier, we may add other products depending on our requirements later on. But for now, what we have, I think Automation Anywhere is good for the near future for us. 125,000. Including the initial software. I believe we do not have to pay for the initial software again, but we do have a yearly maintenance of our bot runners and bot creator licenses, which by the way would grow. So we are looking at about 60,000, I believe.